Don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell.
So, hello boys and girls, welcome to Geekology. I'm David.
I'm Sven.
And tonight, yeah, it's Transformers stuff. I promise it will be Trek stuff next week.
I promise that.
I can't.
It's down to
no,
equal
no,
mods.
it will be Star Trek stuff next week.
It's one way or another.
I will bring stuff down from the office. We there is plenty of Trek stuff we can do. It's just you got all excited and I can do Transformers.
You do realise I have a pile of stuff we've still got to get through.
I know, I've heard you have piles. You know they do cream for that now. Oh, won't you be glad when we can?
Cream.
Won't you be glad when we can start re-editing these videos? Yes, you are.
Hugely.
Right. So, is there a reason that I've got a load of purple Cyclopses on my table?
Wait till you get a load of ones with the yellow eyes. Anyway,
Again with the they do a cream for them.
we've got a bit of shockwave going on.
Hello Irish Trekkie, how's it going? Scottish Trekkie. Oh, Scottish Trekkie. My
Don't do that.
apologies. It's because we were talking about it earlier and in my head and reading is not my strongest point. Scottish Trekkie, hello. Right, so, Transformers.
Yes. So, what we have in front of me is G1 Shockwave, who was called Laser Wave in Japan. Energon Shockwave / Laser Wave.
Hello Trekkie Mike.
There is the Action Master G1 Shockwave, which unfortunately has sun bleached, so the purple's gone grey.
Okay.
Which is weird, considering the original toy was a licensed thing from another company who released it in grey.
Right.
It's a bit weird. That's Shockwave from Fall of Cybertron.
I can't read that name.
Eve Killer.
Eve Killer. Okay.
Scottish Trader says, just call me Ian.
Yep.
That's not talking to you.
I know, I can remember that. I can remember that. He can be Scottish Ian.
Scottish Ian.
Yeah, because we got a few Ians who
This
watch.
is true.
We're an Ian-friendly show.
Yes. This is Laser Wave from Binal Tech, which was released as an alternator called Shockwave, because alternators didn't have the metal bits.
Yeah.
And this, to be really confusing, is Shockwave in Japan, when released as Tidal Wave in the UK and States, from Micron Legend, which is called Armada here. Yeah.
Okay.
Down the front we have Combiner Wars Shockwave, who transforms into a gun you can actually put onto Bruticus, which is the combined form of the Combacticons.
Really nice detailing on that
Yeah,
one.
it's not bad at all.
I like the packaging as well, to be fair.
But he's not the main event.
Can we just talk about packaging? Because I really hate the new Star Trek packaging. What's with the white with the weird colour
It's horrible,
thing.
isn't it?
Really manky.
Yeah.
And I thought that at least do something clever like change the colour banding depending on the franchise, but no! They just changed the cartoon head in the corner.
No, one of the band's colours changed the colour as well.
Maybe it's just because I was looking at all this stuff. I hadn't noticed.
Oh, yeah, one of the colours.
It's just maybe my brain just went no, don't
Yeah.
like it, no.
And the worst thing is, am I right in thinking they're still using the dodgy Picard that looks like Kevin Spacey? Brilliant.
Could be worse. Could be the Cisco.
Why
The Cisco's really bad.
Right. Is it Friday? No.
No, it's definitely not Friday.
Not Friday.
We we both have plans.
Yes. Anyway, main event.
Main event, come on
Main
then,
event.
show us what we're doing. Oh, it's a masterpiece. I knew there'd be a reason we were going to do this.
Yes.
Okay.
Now, you may recall me mentioning me getting this, and then a week later or something announcing the new colour version of it.
Ooh, dude, it's a gun.
Yes. So's the G1 one.
I had a sneaky feeling they might have tried to change this to be something else.
Push his trigger.
No, I am not pushing this trigger. Sounds like a child's gun. I'm happy with that. Do you remember? Actually, I don't know if you would have been tacky enough to have one of these, but my dad did, and it amused me amazingly in the 80s. It was a block about the size of your speaker that you put on the dashboard of your car, and it had 4 different buttons. One was a machine gun, one was a rocket launcher, one was an explosion, and I can't remember what the 4th one was. But funnily enough, they had the Xbox logos in before the PlayStation logos before the PlayStation even existed. So it had those, and you push them, and you'd look at somebody and you go, "Oh, there's an old lady with a little dog." 10 points.
I believe I had something similar to that on my Striker.
What the hell's a Striker? Bike. You put on a bike.
They had something similar to that you put on a bike, and it had things like the police siren, guns.
Yeah, it was a very 80s
motorcycle,
toy. It was a very 80s toy.
Obviously, I don't remember it, but I believe that's something that was kicking around. Right. The
I'd place for a trigger.
Off. Sorry, I missed the start. It's all right. You haven't missed much. I would place for a trigger. Have you seen Megatron? G1 Megatron. That's far worse. Far, far worse.
Yeah, time for Daddy to have his medicine. I just we're having this conversation.
I'm going to whip out my purple Cyclops.
I tell you what, I'm actually, you know what, I'm going to head this up. I'm feeling brave tonight. Okay, number 1 rules, boys and girls, no big words that I'm going to struggle reading.
Right.
Because apart from anything else, the font I'm reading on the screen is like this big.
So why didn't you change the settings?
What, on YouTube?
No, on your whole thing.
No, it's not the pads thing. It's because we were doing it in YouTube.
Is it actually the YouTube?
It's the YouTube version, yeah. It's
not allow a change. Right. Anyway, let's have a look at the instruction book and stuff.
Hello. Type in caps. Yeah, you know what? Actually, that genuinely does help. Thank you.
Wow. Right, so we have a lot of stickers.
Okay.
Section on logos.
Yes, he does.
He does what?
Need help. It wasn't actually a question on the screen, it was just, I'm preempting questions now.
Character card with text spec profile on the back thing.
Stickers.
Stickers. Yes, I just did that.
I know you just did it, yeah.
And instruction manual, which is now a sheet of paper the size of a small planet. Yes. Yes. I think I've already put batteries in this. So far now. Right. It doesn't make a sound, unfortunately.
Playmate. Yeah, the stickers to the Playmate ships were good.
This is why we edit these. It's just.
Hang on, I've got to ask somebody a question here.
Sure.
Okay, why do you have stickers for the XL Defiant? Did they got? They wouldn't come with separate stickers, surely.
No. People are making them available separately, obviously.
Why does it need stickers? Did they miss? Of course, they cocked it up. It's an XL.
I think the chap.
Apparently, the sound's poor on the G1 transformer.
The sound is poor on the G1 transformer.
Yeah, it could just be because the speaker's not picking it up very well. Yeah, we made his own to fix it. Yeah, that's understandable.
That's how it's supposed to sound.
Yeah, but it might not. Yeah, but that might not be translating over the speaker as well as it lusciously is in here. Just be thankful, guys, we don't have that in surround sound. Oh, yeah. Oh, he lets him so pretty.
And just to be weird, it comes with a little mini version of itself it can hold.
Why
it
is
did
there
it in one
no
of the
sound?
episodes. I don't know. They didn't put sound in it from what I understand.
So it lights up purple, but there's no sound. Okay. That's quite a nice little space ray gun for a kid. And a little version for him to hold himself. Yes, because they're not enjoying that concept at all. Here, go, Sven. Go play with yourself.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Yours one. This one does not light up.
Tell you what, I'll quickly pop the G1 one into gun mode.
Yep, it is very 80s, 90s sound shift.
Well, it's 1985 it was released, so... Yep.
Yeah.
And to be fair, the toy was around for a while before then, because Hasbro licensed it because they hadn't got enough moulds ready, because Transformers took off far faster than I thought it would.
Yeah, but that was mainly due to the jets.
23 jets.
Oh god, that took you way too long. Did it confuse you because Transformers actually had jets and you thought for one split second I might
See,
have
I've got
been
Starscream,
serious?
Thundercracker and Skywarp in my head, so I'm like going, what is he on about?
See, I just have redheads and blondes running through mine.
You wish.
Oh no, they definitely run. Nobody'd stand around in there for too long.
Okay.
Oh wow, big weight difference. Is there that just in batteries, I'm assuming? No, it's because of all the metal. Okay. And where's the second sound thing?
You flick the switch on the back.
Well, something that one is missing. You know what, for our viewers, I'm going to stop doing that, because that's got to be annoying. It's annoying.
But one of the most annoying things about this is the colour difference. I don't know if you can see that. That's the colour it was in the TV show.
Don't worry, I guess that you meant G1, not T1, due to the fact that there is no T1.
Yes. Now, why I was annoyed was when this arrived, I was like, yeah, you finally got it, because they weren't going to do another version of it. It had been out a year.
Oh, God, yes! Like the
Week
day
later,
you got
they've
it.
gone, we're doing a G1 toy colour version. I'm like, you sons.
Yes, I remember you being all pissy about
I did the
that.
same with Megatron as well. We have done a Megatron review, MP36. It's in the edit queue.
The edit queue.
Yeah.
Just out of curiosity, if you actually tried rendering one of our videos using
My
your
laptop.
laptop, what's the runtime looking like?
It wouldn't happen.
It just couldn't do it. It's just not in a minute. Yeah, okay.
It'd probably be a render time of about 3 weeks or something ridiculous. Right, let's pop this into robot mode, shall we?
I like this. This guy couldn't give a rat's ass about Transformers, but he likes ray guns. So yeah, okay. So we're at least
About as
maintaining
ray gun as you get. In the British comic, this actually was the size of a warship.
How much did the MP Shockwave figure cost, and where would somebody best get one from now?
I would wait for the reissue with the G1
yeah.
toy colouring, which is later this year. Price wise, I'm not sure because the prices tend to go all over the place.
Okay, and if they wanted that version?
And this version, 90 to 110, roughly. It might be worth checking out some of the Transformers groups on Facebook. Not a lot of retailers have got them left, but be very careful, because if you go on eBay, there's tons of knockoffs.
That does look like something that'd be easy to get a
Yeah,
knockoff of.
knocked it off really.
But your best bet would just be to wait for the new G1 colour.
Colour one version, and then you can swap with me.
Well, fair enough.
Depends. Do you want the lilac one?
Couldn't he also use it as a weapon? I mean, he is technically the end of a weapon, can't he? Or, now I have perfect lighting. If I get my iPhone angled to just here, well, a little PvP for Transformers.
Okay. Rude.
Well, yes.
Okay.
Yes, Megatron did have a lovely voice, it is true. Please don't do your impression. Please don't.
Wrong Megatron.
Oh, okay.
I think he's thinking G1 Megatron.
Yeah, he was. Okay, we've got another one. What does Sven class as the true sequel to G1 Marvel Comics? Is it G2 or... yeah...
Is he putting Regeneration 1?
Yeah, he's putting Regeneration.
G2.
G2. There you go.
I don't understand why they did what they did with Regeneration 1. It's like kind of swept away G2, which...
Maybe they were hoping to sweep away G2.
But I think it's more a case of perhaps Regeneration 1 is a sequel to the American comic, and Generation 2 feels more like a sequel to the British comic, because there were distinct differences because of the extra stories we got.
Okay.
So that would make sense, I would say.
Oh god, we've got a pile of those damn Transformer comics to go through, haven't we?
Yeah, don't worry, we'll wait until we're editing again.
We need to edit. That's not something I fancy doing live.
Fair enough. Okay.
We all sorted? Right. And now we have one transformed version.
There we go. He's significantly smaller than the G1 one in Robot Mode, I think. But at least he can stand up.
Okay.
Which my G1 one has problems with because of his age.
Looks perfectly nice. I love the fact that they used a cap over what I'm presuming is the LED part of that. No, it's not. They've used transparent all the way through for a separate thing. Okay. Front grill's really nice.
Is it the same height? It's the same height, roughly.
Look.
A little bit shorter.
A little bit shorter.
Compared with some of the other stuff. There were some complaints when it came out that it was a bit too short compared with, say, Optimus. And then Megatron came out, and I think it made a bit more sense, but yeah, I understand. Okay.
Have you played with it too much? Is it all loose and floppy
From
now?
1985, leave it alone.
I have no intention of touching your floppy one, or your hard one for that matter.
But yeah, okay. The colour difference is really, really.
Yeah, the colour difference is that's a stark difference.
Yeah.
Shame that the plastic on the G1 is crackling.
Rubber, yeah.
But that's just natural degradation for its age.
Absolutely.
I'm presuming somebody out there does a replacement for us.
I've not tracked one down.
Okay.
I mean, again, there's KOs of this running around in the original packaging, which is.
So you could just strip one of those, essentially.
Yeah, I suppose.
Okay. Would you like to explain the sticker on the front of it to me? How come it hasn't got a heat patch?
I'm trying to remember if this one.
Did they ever did heat patches that size, or heat patches always the small
No, they're
ones?
always the same size. Because this was this was never released in the UK, officially at least. And when it was released in the States,
okay, Ian, you're not bugging us at all, mate. No problem. Sorry to keep. I'm still waiting on the subscription ships. Yep, everybody's waiting. Supposedly they shipped them out last Thursday, but so far none of my friends have had them.
I've heard since then they've not been shipped until this Thursday, and I'm just like,
okay, yeah,
along
we're
with
all waiting.
the next two, so you're just like, really?
Yeah, I'm afraid. But mind you, I didn't know this, and I felt, this amused me no end. Loot Crate got very, very excited and released the Star Trek Loot Crate. We're now 8 months past, or is it 9 months now since the first one?
I think it should have been into like at least the 6th one.
Okay, so we should be on to the 6th one by now. They've taken payments from everybody for them, and they haven't released the third. The second one is only just starting to hit people now.
Yeah, and yeah.
It's
From what I
like,
understand, people
what?
have been charged
So people have been charged for 8 months,
or something like that.
35 quid, and they've not
I
received
thought it was
one.
more than that.
Base model. Oh no, yes, 40.
That's ridiculous. But I believe that one of the reasons is because of that packaging change.
Didn't you tell me that there was one of the countries somewhere was having a massive problem with Eagle Moss distribution, and they've been waiting months?
Well, various places have been waiting months. I believe some of the Irish fans aren't getting their stuff anywhere near on time. There are some people who are months and months and months behind, even though they've been paying. Australia have just lost their distributor for the subscription, but you can still pick it up from the comic shops there, I believe.
Well, that's ironic.
Canada is still to be sorted out after the
Yeah, because Canada have had a real rough time with that, haven't they? Yeah. So is it pretty much us with our minor bump, and then America are the only places still getting it relatively?
I believe Germany's getting it okay, but they've just had a problem with one of their latest issues having the wrong magazine in the packet.
Really?
Yeah. But there have been various issues.
Okay. Right, so he called today. They said it was sent out on Friday. Yeah. Okay. So it won't turn up to next Wednesday to Monday. Yeah, it's about right. Oh, America are going to get ahead more or less. No, because we will receive...
They've been catching up.
Have they been catching up?
Yeah.
Seriously?
And the only reason we haven't had these ones on time is because of the warehouse issue. Now, if they do send out the next two in the next week,
that'll put us back ahead
a little bit. But yeah, it's a weird situation where somehow they've managed to catch up with several months lead time we had on them.
They must be dropping them bang. Oh, mind you saying that we've not been irregular, so they must just have a shorter wait period than we do. It's the only way they could do it. It's the only way they could do it. Because we supposedly it's 1 a week for a thing, so.
No, every other week.
Yeah, every other week. So yeah, they must be
Should
doing it weekly.
weeks, but
yeah, they must be doing theirs weekly.
Yeah. Well, no, they're still doing it fortnightly.
To catch up.
It's just that I think we've had delays because of bank holidays and all this kind of stuff that haven't been taken into consideration. We've had occasional months where things have been a week later than we thought.
Yeah, and they've never really caught up to that. So. I'll be very frustrated if the Americans actually get ahead of us.
That would be irritating, considering it's a British.
Considering it's a British magazine, that would be.
Right, there we go. I mean, they're getting Discovery stuff before us, I think.
They are getting Discovery stuff first.
I don't know about the graphic novels.
I couldn't tell you on that.
I don't know what the buses will be like because I assume they're launching there and here at the same time.
Yeah, yeah. Yep, Europe. Hey, fun.
Anyway.
Right, so Transformers, Robots in Disguise. What do you think of the Takomi model? I mean, there are some hands and what's that big purple box? Does he come in a box?
Stand.
Sorry.
Yeah, it's some kind of stand, I think. Let me have a look.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, it clips over his back, so he's more like the G1 version.
Yeah, it's so you can display it properly.
Yeah, display it properly.
Yeah. Okay.
Which is quite cool. There we go. You can see it. But yeah, you've got extra hands. That way. So you have a choice of transparent or.
But you're going to go with transparent. You've got to go with transparent. You have.
Transparent.
If only it was green and holding a starship.
So yeah, you've got.
Oh, that's annoying. Okay, my brain's gone numb. What was that episode? What was that called?
Something with the pollen, wasn't it?
It was.
Ugh.
Oh no! Oh, I can't forget. Bad news. I'm forgetting episode names. Okay, guys. Somebody out there's got a better memory than me. Could somebody please give me that episode name? Because that's just going to irritate me.
There's a switch on the side. I didn't know was there.
Oh, is that to turn the sound on, maybe?
Maybe.
Or is it to turn him on and off? Oh, nice colour graduation on that chip.
And it can shine through the head.
Yes. It colour changes as it goes through the head as well.
Oh, right, so
yellow plastic.
basically the switch allows you to have a sort of like fading effect.
Okay.
Or just on and off as you press the trigger.
Thank you very much. Much appreciated.
Yes.
He's at work. Hi, bye. Do you want to explain yourself as to why that Sven?
Yeah. Yeah.
Ooh.
Come on. I've done that with that once. Didn't have to replace
Oh, I'm so glad that's intact. Oh. And now we know why they child test the toy.
Should Sven test the toy.
Oh. Okay, so is this one that most Transformers fans get very excited about?
Probably, because I mean, in the American show, it was reasonably. I mean, if you're a collector of stuff to do with the TV show rather than the I'm not sure how that would go on. Because this is the right colour for the show.
Right.
Whereas I'm very much more comic than a toy.
Mm.
At which point I would rather have the colour that they're bringing out, which I gave up on them, assuming they would not do.
Yeah.
So, yeah. It's supposed to slide in there somehow. I'm getting that a bit wrong.
So, important character regarding comics.
Well, yes. I mean, this is the thing. Is in the American show, they didn't. They basically messed up the character a bit. Because originally written to be someone who was after Megatron's position.
Right.
The cartoon series kind of gave that to Starscream instead.
I've never quite understood, what is it with the hierarchy amongst the Decepticons? They all seem to think there'd be a better leader, and yet with the Autobots, there can be only one.
No, in the cartoon series it was only really Starscream who was after the role.
Right.
Which was kind of against the original tech specs and bioprofiles, but it was more a case of how does that fit on? It doesn't make any sense. It was more a case of he just thought he was superior, not necessarily just after the leadership.
Okay.
Whereas with Shockwave, he was very much the military operations commander.
Because they're bad guys in a poorly written cartoon.
I'm not going to argue with you. There was reasons why British fans chose to go for the
okay.
instead.
Right. This is a serious question. I realise it's going to sound like I'm taking the mick, but it's genuinely a serious question. In the vast majority of science fiction and fantasy, and just fantasy worldwide, I mean, especially in things like Disney, villains are by far more interesting, better rounded, better thought out characters than heroes. Because heroes' typical motivation is always the same damn thing with just a couple of variants thrown in. Where bad guys always have really rich, diverse backstories and far more to their motivation.
Right.
My understanding from the movie, because I didn't read the comics, and yeah, I only have what you told me about the TV show and so on. The Decepticons are actually kind of crap. They're not really a great villain. They're just counter to the Auto. It's just they've got a slightly different way of thinking how things should go. And they're not evil as such. They just believe they're superior. Which I realise is evil if you're in comparisons with, belittling another species or a subclass of your own and all that.
Well, I mean, this is the thing. Is at the end of the day, that TV show was made to sell toys.
Yeah.
And it was
Here's
written,
the bad guy.
and
Here's
it was
the good
written
guy.
down a bit. I mean, this is the thing. They simplified the story from the tech specs that were written first, because they had this whole backstory that worked out, and then when they were making the cartoon series, they kind of removed layers almost.
Okay.
Whereas the comic didn't. But then the guys who wrote the tech specs and by profiles were the guys who wrote the comic, wrote the American comic, and the British guys came along and added another layer onto it as well. So it's a weird. Sort of
If any of you guys are ever really, really bored, look up the backstory for Mum-Ra from the Thundercats. That's deeply disturbed stuff. Right, there. I think we've had a couple of questions since then, so let's have a look. Right, initial Marvel, like 18, maybe 20 movies. Yeah, okay. In the grand scheme of things, they're bad guys just because they're bad. Good toy. Yeah, he said exactly the same thing. They just wanted to sell toys.
Yeah.
Which
I mean, this is the thing. Is in the comic, it was a little bit more like. I mean, Megatron was still out for Universal domination.
Yeah.
Situation. But at least they gave him a bit more of a backstory, and he was like a gladiator and all this kind of stuff.
30 years old, still looking good.
I will figure this out at some point. I'm just not going to do it tonight with lots of things.
Oh, and I got a comment on how wonderful my shirt is. You also got one on yours. Yeah, it was a birthday present for a really old guy.
How is that supposed to slide all the way onto there?
Yeah, this was the Romulan logo for TNG season 1 and 2. Before they then changed it all to the they changed the red over to being green and kept it. But this was the original logo, and I have to say I genuinely preferred this version, and not just because it was the first version. I just thought it was nice to have colour contrast. Because later on they changed it from dark green into slightly lighter green, and then it just became a flat green. I thought the flat green was hideous, but the reason they did the flat green was so that they could do it in flat silver for the Tal Shiar uniforms.
Okay, was it?
Yes.
That's interesting.
It's a Star Trek logo. Are you honestly going to question me on Star Trek logos?
I didn't question you.
No, you know
that's stupid.
No, you know what I mean. Let's see.
I must have transformed something wrong on this, so I'm going to have a look at it another time and try and figure it out.
Old shirts seem to last better than the new ones. Yes, they do, because the original 3 lots of clothing licenses for the next generation were done by Fruit of the Loom. So I literally have shirts from... I've got t-shirts and a couple of sweatshirts from TNG season 1, 2 and 3, and because I wash them with a decent level of care, they still look new. The only reason this one doesn't look new is because originally it was proper black and now it's sort of washed out black, but I like to think of it as retro. Let's see, 96, yeah. I must confess it doesn't fit me quite as well as it originally did, but hey. Actually, really interesting thing, and again, one if you're really, really bored, when Star Trek Generations was released, there was a clothing company called DP who did surfwear, and they did a whole prototype range of clothing that were going up for licensing. Sadly, they didn't get the licensing, but it does mean that the entire run of production models that they did about 150 of each of their ranges, are floating around on the collector's market. Now, the reason that those ones are interesting is they did them with a metallic foil, so you have the logo in the centre and then these cool little deltas either side, and they moved. And if you can get one of the original production run of the men's t-shirt, they did 20 of them. I might have one of those still in my collection. It was printed with the ink that changes colour in heat, so depending on how warm you were, it changes. But unlike the old style of clothing where the entire thing changes colour, so people go, ugh, your underarms look really manky, it was just the logo that changed. So I thought that was great. And yeah, sadly they didn't get the licensing rights for that one.
Cool.
Yeah, we'll say retro. It's a good one. Right, so Sven, was the toy you are presently playing with worth the money?
Well, it's difficult for me to say because I didn't actually spend that much money on it. I got it through a different deal.
Okay, if you had to buy it at retail, would you be happy with it?
No.
No. Okay. Why would you not be happy with it?
Colour.
Purely the colour.
Purely the colour.
The toy is fine.
Toy
the
is fine,
accessories are fine.
Yeah, I don't have a problem there.
Playability, moulding, everything. It's literally just the colour.
Yeah, to be honest. It's
So to bring this onto a Star Trek thing,
it's certainly a lot better.
So to bring this onto a Star Trek thing,
Yeah.
you will quite happily shrug your shoulders and go, oh, it's a lighting issue, when I complain about the colour of some ships. But this is an outrage. This is a moral outrage.
This is a choice.
Maybe that's what it looks like when you're really close to the sun.
This is what it looks like in the cartoon series.
But maybe they did the cartoon series really close to the sun.
It's just that what really annoys me about it, and that whole they're doing the plus version, is the fact that every other plus version they've done before Shockwave and Megatron was to make it even more like the cartoon series. And now they finally got it to one toy.
Somebody just pointed the exact same thing out. Yeah. Oh, and apparently the XL Defiant looked like they bleached it.
Yeah.
That would explain why I've seen a lot of those Defiants on eBay going for £25 this week, because they came this close to buying one just so we could do a
Quite
review.
like that piping, what they've done with that.
You know, ridged piping with Excel mode, yeah.
It looks like it's that's quite cool.
That'll last a while as well.
Yeah, needs to.
Dude, do you know that the piping on that is metal?
Yep.
Yeah. Good. I was
Quite useful.
just double checking.
That day, I mean, you know, money's got to have gone somewhere. I like the fact it's got fake capacitors in the chest.
Yes,
the
I
original.
said that. I
Yeah,
said I
did
like
you?
that bit. Yeah.
Yeah, certainly posable. I believe there was I did see the
Yeah,
step
somebody
on
else
it.
got on for 25.
Right.
Yeah. Actually, funnily enough, it amused me that the XL version of the Excelsior is going for slightly more than the Defiant. Sounds like a fiver in it, but yeah. Okay, I am going to hand over the iPad to Sven, because, you know, he actually reads out entire sentences rather than just answers questions. So we have 20 minutes of this show left. If any of you have any questions, not just Transformer related, feel free to ask them now. Meanwhile, I'm going to play with this. Sven, there's a Transformer that doesn't transform. Why do you have one that doesn't transform?
Because it's an Action Master.
Didn't action... Oh, okay. You've got a really disgusted look on your face, so I'm assuming that they're...
Yeah, we're talking about the line that killed Transformers.
Okay.
In the States. We were lucky, we had Classics reissues in the UK, so it actually survived it. Will you stop it?
What?
Children's toys.
Okay, I apologise. So I'll get this one with the orange end, and I'll just put it back here, shall
It's the
I?
same character.
Yes, so have you never read Slash Fiction?
No.
Whole new universe thing
I
going
avoided
on,
it.
you know. At least this one's got lots and lots of Dago yellow plastic, and it looks like it's got a better sound chip in it by the speaker.
There's probably there won't be any batteries in it though.
Oh, we'll find that later. Sven, remember that I shot my load across the kitchen.
I'm willing to bet not a lot of money David wrote /fiction.
No, I reviewed /fiction for an American magazine called the KS Press, but I never wrote any /fiction. I am an appalling writer, mainly because of the dyslexia. Far better public speaker than I am a writer, but I did do a lot of reviews for a couple of British magazines and a couple of fandom things, some online stuff and some subscription bits and pieces. I don't do a lot of writing these days.
Close enough. Apparently.
Go on, why? What was the...
No, that's alright, don't worry. Dave did ask, on Space.Birmingham in the logo, under the smaller Russian room are those flaps pointing down on wonky little cups. Yeah, they're from the original space dock. They're the little bits that are around the lower mushroom, as it were.
The antennas?
No. You got the main mushroom cup at the top, and then you had the small mushroom cup underneath.
Yes.
And then you had the little pods underneath that.
Yes.
No, they're not antennas, are they?
No, I thought you were referring to the bottom one.
I can't remember what they are. Were they? It's almost like they were silos or sensors or something. I can't remember. But
yeah, they were never officially named.
Yeah.
I figured they were more likely to be escape hatches, pods or bays or something. Could be specials.
I thought cargo. There might be cargo something or others, because this is the thing. There's never really. There wasn't an official layout, was there?
Well, there was only one deck plan ever released, and whilst that company was very good,
it wasn't technically
they weren't technically canon. So I mean,
so
we all treated them like canon, but
because there was nothing else.
There was nothing else
to fill in the gaps. So yeah, absolutely.
The KS Press is still going, I believe, and if you're interested in /fiction, wonderful organisation. I highly recommend checking them out.
Fair enough. Yeah, okay. So let's do some shout-outs actually. So, okay, who have we got?
I just got this little jet, which I'm cool.
So, Scottish Trekkie, hi again.
Hello,
Trekkie
Ian.
Mike, hello. Eve Killer, hello. Eve Killer's a Tom, by the way. Dave, Dangerous Black. DJM Combat, back on the gym again. What are you drinking?
I'm drinking Tinto Verona, which is a mix of lemon Fanta and red wine. Traditionally a drink drank by the Spanish.
Oh yeah, he's mentioned that one earlier. I think that's everybody.
Traditionally Thursday isn't a drinking night, but you know.
Yeah, you have to drink something to put it on that.
Well, no, not you, just...
Transform.
Yeah.
Adam Boots, hello.
It's a pain-numbing thing.
Yeah. So, yeah. Lemon Fanta, you mean the lemon lime Fanta, the green one?
No, lemon Fanta, you can't do it with the lime. And it's getting much harder to get hold of these days as well.
Well, the tax screwed up all of
the detail on this one is gorgeous, but why is he a car?
Because vinyl techs are all cars.
Okay.
It was a weird one because that's actually the Meister mould, i.e. jazz. And they created that out of it.
This is really nice.
Oh yeah, all the vinyl techs are gorgeous. They're 1/24 scale cars and they're all licensed. So that's an RX-8, Master RX-8.
Yeah.
But that's the racing
Oh,
version.
they even put the steering wheel on as well. Wow.
In car mode.
Gear stick. It's even got a handbrake.
Yeah. In car mode, it literally is a...
It's a perfect version of it.
The first one they did was smokescreen.
Yeah.
which was an Impreza rally car.
Okay.
And when you looked at it in the box and then you got it out, it was only the cracks where it transformed. You could tell it was transforming. You had the seats and so on and so forth. And they've even made it so that the knees look kind of like the roll cage behind the seats. And things like that. So literally, they're all really, really good 1/24 scale. And you pop the bonnet open, and there's a gun where the engine.
I'm going to feel really stupid about this, considering how many Transformers videos we have done. I don't recall us ever actually reviewing the vinyl text as an individual thing.
No, because they predated us quite a lot. The first vinyl tech came out in 2003. And
Okay.
I had to sell most of mine off.
Whatever you've got left in your collection, it might be worth doing a review of those.
Okay.
Just because I'd quite like to see some more.
Well, I've got. I mean, as far as Meister's concerned, I've got two.
What was Prime?
Well, originally, vinyl tech was kind of supposed to go with the original Masterpieces.
Right.
So what they were doing is that in 2003 they did Smokescreen, and then MP1 Masterpiece Optimus came out.
Okay.
And they kind of went together really quite nicely. And then when they did the jets the first time, they looked about right and so on and so forth. Then they started messing with the characters a little bit in vinyl tech, and eventually Kissplay came along and they released the alternators version of what would be Convoy in plastic, and then eventually in vinyl tech we got that molded metal.
I've still never found anywhere that has a translation of the Kissplay stuff.
Keep it that way. Keep it that way.
I'd just like to see some.
Alright, let's go back to this.
How are we doing time-wise? 10 minutes.
Adam Boots, did you watch the Transformers and Star Trek episodes of The Toys That Made Us? Yes. Mm-hmm. Somewhat disappointed by them, to be fair.
Understandable.
They needed to be twice as long, if nothing else.
Yeah.
The Transformers ones, they skipped over so much. But then when you look at the remit of the show, it's very much what were toys when we were small.
Yeah.
Whereas with Transformers, it's quite bizarre because in the States, Transformers stopped in 1990, but it didn't here. So it's quite bizarre. We got whole loads of toys that weren't released in the States. So it's quite weird looking at it from
but even from a Trek point of view, it wasn't.
They skipped.
Because I was genuinely excited. I thought that I was going to come away from that show with some information I didn't already know, and I was like, oh.
Yeah, I know what you mean. The problem is when you get quite as fanatical as we can be. Come on, Star Trek toys.
Fanatic, passionate. I'm passionate.
The word fan.
Okay, fan.
You're Star Trek fan. That means you're a fanatic.
Yeah.
Does it not?
Semantic bitch.
Whereas with Transformers, like the amount of research and stuff into the original things and finding out about Diaclone and microchange and things like that. And it's all sort of stuff.
Okay. That's fair.
Are you guys looking forward to the Bumblebee movie? As someone who clocked out of the first movie, which I did like, I have to say, I'm making this period police and small focus seems good.
Yes, I genuinely am, but what I plan on doing is getting a couple of really, really cold drinks, some snacks, and I'm going to sit in the cinema so if Sven is in the cinema seat there, I'm going to be like this the entire film. Just because he cringes and comments and spits and splutters, and he hates these films that with such a passion, such a deep passion, that it's more entertaining to watch him than getting screamed.
If you want to look at the Geekology reviews of Age of Extinction and what was the last one last night?
Oh, that thing was actually, you know what? That film really annoyed me because it had a couple of really decent people in it.
Yeah,
and I saw the plot and I genuinely thought that was going to be halfway decent.
Do not take the mick out of Merlin in American film.
As I said,
don't do that.
I half thought it was going to be halfway decent. So I a quarter assumed it would be decent, and I was wrong.
I believe in Transformers circles.
Not even being funny. Why is he getting his own film?
Because he's Bumblebee. I have no idea. Our review of Age of Extinction is known in some Transformers fan circles as Sven's shot dog review.
Yeah, because you did look like
my dog had been shot.
Yeah, if you'd have had a dog, that's what it
and
would
then
look like.
my son came to see last night with us, my son Daniel, because it was his birthday. And now he's a massive Dinobot fan, so
He quite enjoyed it.
he quite enjoyed it until he started thinking about it.
Yeah.
Until he started
Yeah,
thinking
it's fine
of
unless you
himself.
think about it. Actually, that's a good thing for all the Transformers things. It's good if you just listen to the loud explosions and watch the pretty bangs and don't think about them.
As for the Bumblebee movie itself, because it's set in the 80s, it might just work.
Could work.
I like the fact that they've got him as a Beetle, obviously.
Yeah.
I'm a little bit concerned that a character who's coloured and looks exactly like Starscream is called Blitzwing, who is a triple changer originally. He was purple. Don't know what's going on there. There's two triple changers running around and turning to cars in the Decepticons, and it looks like Bumblebee's dealing with like 3 Decepticons on his own. It never goes well for Bumblebee.
No.
In the comics, he used to lose an arm and that kind of thing. So, you know. Dave says it sounds like me in Into Darkness. You should have seen us in Into Darkness. Oh. We were like going, this isn't bad, until about halfway through, and they went,
This is horrible. This is really bad. What are they doing?
what was it I said when we came out? I was like, what did I just watch?
Yeah, Into Darkness was
It was like, they're taking
grim.
Wrath of Khan.
Got a big dildo and
No! Stop! Think about what you're saying.
don't you wish we could edit these?
Yes.
Yeah. They
Basically,
just royal.
Oh, I mean, it's like use a Star Trek movie to actually take the mick out of another Star Trek movie. It's basically what it felt like.
It's basically what they did.
Yeah, I was just like,
The thing is,
Wow.
Cumberbatch is a great actor.
if he'd have played
And if-
any other character,
Why didn't he just play the character that damn well gave him? Turning him into Khan halfway through was just ridiculous.
Well, I mean, if he'd have been one of the other 7,
It could have been-
the other.
He didn't
Augments.
even need to be an augment from the Botany Bay. He could have been from anything.
Yeah.
They didn't need to rape Space Seed to do that, and that is what they did. And okay, even if we take the whole Khan thing out of it, right? Just gone. The film's still stupid. It made very little sense. Special effects were horrendous. They got the special effects that they already had that worked, which I'm not hugely fond of, but they worked, and they fucked them up, which surprised me that they managed to do that. And then they went, you know what? We'll just kick this great big thing that can blow us up, shall we? Should we do this to the Warp God? And not only should we kick it in the wrong direction.
And I hope it swings round.
Just, yeah, it mystically, magically, it was, that film, just, no. Just no.
I threw my 3D glasses across an empty cinema. Don't blame me. Swap the characters of Kirk and Spock and it makes them way better. And it makes it way better. Spock saves Kirk from the volcano. Illustrates their friendship as grown from when last saw it.
That would have been really nice. Shame they didn't do that.
What annoys me more than anything is the fact that more people went to see Into Darkness took more money than the 2009 one and a lot more money than Beyond.
Beyond was a far better film.
Yeah, and it's almost as if people went to see Into Darkness, were incredibly disappointed by it, and then didn't go and see Beyond based on that.
But the thing is, Star Trek 2009 had a lot of people who hadn't seen Star Trek go to watch it. It had a lot of, well, all the different versions of Star Trek fandom went to see it. Then for Into Darkness, it retained the momentum, which is surprising that it maintains so much of the original momentum considering the delays in producing it.
And the splits in fandom.
And the various splits in fandom.
But it's not the first
then
time.
then that thing was horrendous.
Yeah.
The next one was massively delayed. Had script problems from day one, although I have to say that I think Simon Pegg did an amazing job on that film. I mean, just you can tell a Star Trek fan wrote that film.
Yeah.
And it's funny.
Two Star Trek fans.
Two Star Trek fans wrote the film, but it's funny because, I mean, that film had more of a Star Trek feel than its previous to. Mm-hmm. It had far more of the thing that we love about Trek in it, mm-hmm. and it didn't do well. And then people went and blamed that, and it's not. I don't think it was the nature of the film. I think it's the nature of the film industry. They lost the momentum and support that they built up.
I think the problem is we're back into the old argument of does Star Trek make a good film, or does it make better telly? And it makes better telly.
It makes better telly, but you can have good films.
I mean, this is the thing. It's going through all of the films.
Okay, but let's break this down slightly differently, yeah, because we say, does it make a good film? Does it make a good box office film versus does it make a good film is better? Because Star Trek The Slow Motion Picture is a good film, but not at the cinema. It's a good film at home. It's a good film you should see it at the cinema just to see how amazing it is. But it's the same thing as Next Generation with great time to have a brain fart. Generations, and there was First Contact and
Insurrection.
Right, same as Insurrection. Okay, Insurrection was an amazing Next Generation. Technically, it was 2 episodes put into one minute film.
Yeah, it was a 2-part episode.
It was a fantastic one.
Which is exactly what I was looking for from the next. But it wasn't a film.
It was followed by Nemesis. See,
which would have been a much better film. It would have been handed to a director who had.
See, the thing is, the motion picture, good film, but long. It's too damn long. The seriously edited version is actually much easier to watch. But great, but again with that for its time period.
Cinematic, and it was supposed to basically be.
Then you had the greatest Star Trek film ever.
Yeah, but again, they kind of reined in the Trekness.
Yeah, they reined in the Trekness and produced an amazing film. Then you have an amazing Star Trek film.
Yeah, which.
Not a great move, not a great one for the cinema, but a great. Then you have the comedy great one, which at home or the cinema, brilliant, fine. Then we have it's really good to watch it at home one. I know you're not a great fan of that one, but still. Then we had the 3rd best Star Trek film of all time, because I will let Next Gen sneak in, because it has to go to Wrath of Khan, First Contact. Star Trek 6. Although I still argue that Next Gen shouldn't be allowed just so that we can go with no. It's the Wrath of Khan, then Star Trek 6.
See, I in my head, Star Trek 6 is above Star Trek 2. But yeah, I know. I mean, this is the thing. It's weird. I wanted to walk out of Generations. It was so bad.
Yeah.
The cinema, from what I remember.
Yeah.
I hated.
Horrible film.
Absolutely hated First Contact. First time I saw it.
That's down to personal interpretation.
Yeah, but then it's interesting when you then find out that the home cinema versions they changed the colour balance, so it wasn't as dark, which is interesting. Bear in mind we watched it first time on Laserdisc.
Well, at home, at home we watched it on Laserdisc first.
And it was it seemed brighter, and I don't know whether that had a psychological effect, so it didn't seem so dark and dreary. But First Contact has become.
They do like messing with the lighting for them. The TNG was plagued with the messing by the lighting. Its Generations was horrible.
Yeah, I mean, why did you darken the bridge up just for the cinema? It didn't make sense.
Well, I like the fact that we're going. No, it's because when they're near planets, they use ambient lighting. Blah 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 blah. Not on the bridge. No, you can't on the bridge. There are no windows on the bridge.
And he moved on there. I mean, Insurrection was much bouncier, lighter, fun.
It is.
Yeah,
Right, Sven,
so
check out the last few comments and then we need to wrap this bad boy up.
Right. Discovery's getting a steelbook release.
Woohoo! I knew they were releasing it on Blu-ray. I didn't realise we were getting steelbooks.
Right. Where have you seen that, Dave? Is that an exclusive to Zavvi or HMV or something? Because they usually are. Because Zoom really should have the exclusive on that. Because Zoom's owned by the people who are distributing it.
Okay.
That was US only.
Oh, you are joking me.
There's part of me wondering if I should just hold on until they do a 4K release. Because they've got to do one at some point. Because it was recorded in HDR. Yeah. And the only way you're going to get HDR on a disc is with a UHD release. Because normal Blu-ray
can't hold the data.
Can't hold the data for,
Okay.
for HDR. So, and I'm also wondering which HDR format they used.
Same.
Sorry. Oh, this is going out of focus on my bear with me. Scottish Trekkie mentioned when Into Darkness was announced, Benedict Cumberbatch was originally meant to be him from TOS. Gary Mitchell.
Yeah.
Silver Eyes. That was
a rumour that went around.
No, it was specifically misinformation that was fed to Carl Urban.
I see. I didn't know that. I thought that was just information that had been...
Carl Urban stated it in an interview that Cumberbatch was playing Gary Mitchell. So that was a bit, and then he turns up, has a different name, confuses everybody, and it's just like, no. The first trailer really hurt beyond. Yes, it was a trailer designed specifically for Star Wars fans because it was at the beginning of Star Wars release, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Bums on seats and trying to get people through the door and put off everybody looking for a Star Trek film.
That's exactly what they did.
And I mean, this is the thing.
But then they wonder why they don't make the money out of Star Trek they used to.
They saw. Did you see the interview with Simon Pegg after he'd just seen that? That man.
He looked hurt.
Explode.
He looked hurt.
I mean, that's a pure British anger, just pent up inside while.
Yeah, you could see it. You could see it.
They did what to my movie? If you made them Visitor as a movie, it'd win an Oscar. It wouldn't be a huge moneymaker, it would win an Oscar. Yeah, true. Hi, Raven Soul 1987. Hi Dave, thought I'd check you out. Vicky and Baby Bernard from DWCon.
Oh, cool! Yay! Baby Bernard, so cute, so cute.
The UK release has only just been announced on November 19th. Yeah, I saw you mention it earlier.
These live shows are not some of our best work. I highly recommend you go back and watch some of the earlier within this season videos where we could actually edit them.
Yeah. Sorry.
No, she was lovely, her and her fella, and they've got this cute little baby. I just wanted to eat the baby at the convention. They kept bringing it by, so I could pat its little toes. It was cute. Yeah, okay, come on, skip ahead.
Eat the baby.
Eat the baby. See, that's how you know people like babies, because they want to physically harm them. I want to eat the little toes. I want to eat the little toes. It's true. Anyway, go on.
Did at any point did you go, get in my belly?
Get in my belly. Wow, way to go to the 90s.
Might get Steelbook 2. Yeah, with any luck we'll get a Steelbook, we'll see. Raven Soul 1987 again. I've always felt that the better next gen films could be made if they'd used more double episode scripts.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'd love to have. Back to the old chestnut again. I'd love to have seen Countdown be made.
Yeah, Countdown would have been nice.
Yeah. JMRB. Oh Lord, I missed Transformers. Woohoo. Rude.
Come on, I'm with him. I'm 100% in there.
Yeah, fair enough. There's still 2 more masterpieces in
See, the
pile.
thing is, when we do these and he can edit them, I might drink. It means more than I normally do. That's why in those videos I do this a lot. You don't say. You don't say. You don't say.
If by any stretch of the imagination I somehow managed to end up with Beast Wars Megatron, the masterpiece version of that, you're going to hate recording that.
Oh, God.
Aren't you?
Yes. Yes, I am. Yes. You're going to do that the entire way through.
Yes.
Yes. Anyway, last of the comments. We need to wrap this bad boy up.
Oh no, these are your magnum opus. David with the California cheeseburger. Dharma enchilada Tanagra. I'm missing something.
I think I'm missing something there.
Right. Let's leave it there because I feel like I'm actually going to fall asleep and I don't know why.
Okay, right. Well, thank you for sitting through what it has to be one of our more unique live casts. We really are trying to.
Right. Simpsons Reefer Madness video. Hippies eating babies.
Yes, that was season 1 or 2. God, yeah, I remember that one there.
I don't know Simpsons one.
I only ever watched the first 6 seasons.
Is that when it was still Tracy Ullman show or whatever it was?
Okay, so we really are trying to rectify this so we can go back to our old format. But for the foreseeable future, I'm afraid you're going to have to put up with us live. I promise you it'll be Trek next week. Right, well, thank you for watching. You can subscribe to us here on YouTube. You can follow us on both Facebook and Twitter. Sven, where do we keep the really nice pictures?
They'll be on Flickr. I will try and get them done as soon as I can. But...
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you for watching and good night. Bye. Well, of course it looks alright. You're not in the shot yet.
Rude.
I think naturally you want to hear the comments I've got about your mother.
Okay. Yeah. Sorry, I'm having to angle it up a bit so my head will fit in because I'm not a midget.
See, when you say your head will fit in, do you mean do it so the angle of the light doesn't shine off it and blind our viewers? This is an old shit we press live. Okay. I thought you were messing around. I was thinking messing around with space stuff like that. This is an old shit we press live.
Right,
there you go. Right. Well, there you go. Shall I just do a little dance?
Make a little love. Let's just
Show a
sit down
bit of
tonight.
cleavage for the fans, yeah?
I wish you can. Ta-da!
Bye.